Hello there, and a very, very big fat warm welcome to the Profitable PR Show, where you get big visibility through the power of publicity. So this Sunday, two people within my world were in the same article, all thanks to one very special person in my world. So it's the Sunday Times property section. And how did it come about? Right, I work with somebody who is incredible, who is highly talented, former broadcast journalist. She now works on my team, Charlotte. We're talking about you, are your ears burning? Anyway, she is also working for a client of mine, or a mutual client rather, Alan Fuller, who is an estate agent based in Putney, who has had so much press coverage, it's unreal. We wanted to get him onto the Money Box Live and Panorama and the Sunday Times, the Telegraph, and all sorts of other places. And we can say, yes, we ticked all of those boxes. A lot of it was due to Charlotte's relentless hard work. And what Charlotte did a few months ago was pitch a story to the press, or rather to one editor, because I'd introduced them at one of our famous pitch clinics that we do once a month, where I introduce a journalist or an editor or a correspondent to my VIP clients, and they have an opportunity to pitch to them. And very often it turns into them being mentioned or becoming a regular person to contribute to their, to their future articles. Anyway, Charlotte came up with this great idea because she was actually experiencing something herself, and that is all about how awful it is and how difficult it is for people with families to actually rent. You may have even heard these stories on the BBC, but it's Charlotte who actually set the news agenda. I'm going to show you the piece. There's a beautiful picture of Charlotte and her two gorgeous girls. Can you see? And the piece is called Unhappy Families. And it's really about people who try to rent properties, yet the landlords are saying, no, if you've got more than two children, no, no, and no. Or you've got a cat or a dog, no, no, and no. So basically, it was her idea to come up with this. She did lots of research, found out, went onto a Facebook group and found out other people in similar situations. She also did a small survey to get some statistics. So if you want to think about how you can get your business into the press or your profile into the press, it's a really good idea, not just to think about how wonderful you are and how much they need your hints and tips. It's also perhaps possible to come out with a story, or you're listening to something in the press already, or you've heard a trend, that's going on within your industry. Create a survey, get some facts and stats and statistics, do that, or get some other case studies, and you go to the journalist armed with all of that information. It's just literally a story in a box, and they don't even need to go outside of that story because you've actually sourced everybody for them. This is exactly what Charlotte did. It was literally, this is like a shining example of how to get something into the press. Then she did something even more clever. She then managed to get our lovely client, Alan Fuller, independent estate agent, to actually do some commentary, to actually give a comment on this situation. So congratulations, Charlotte. You've done a fantastic job. You've done Amanda Fitzgerald PR proud. We are so pleased to be working with you, have you in our team, and keep on finding some amazing stories. We've managed to get Catherine Elizabeth some fantastic press for her hats and for her millinery. And we're trying to get her some commentary on the day of the coronation. So if you hear the name Catherine Elizabeth on Saturday, if you're watching, or if you're going to be in a street party, or actually the Times Radio today, we're doing a survey of who's interested in the coronation, who's not. Those of you who are interested in it, you may hear or see Catherine Elizabeth. We're doing fingers crossed. We hope that's going to come. Anyway, so I just wanted to give you a bit of a background about that story and how Charlotte managed to set the news agenda. It is always possible to do that. I managed a few years ago to get an interior designer client into the Daily Mail. I know it's not everybody's favourite publication, but my goodness, it's really widely read. And she basically asked her to come up with some ideas about some of her hints and tips about how you can advise people about finding a beautiful home, or what to do once you have found your beautiful home. But I asked her to come up with some ideas on how to find the perfect area. So we did that, as in when you're going to buy a property. Then we set the news agenda, and then the journalist literally wrote a whole piece, all thanks to her hints and tips. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do outside of the box. It may not be, oh my goodness, exactly what you thought it was going to be, but that is how we can create stories. And if you need any hints and tips on how to do that, or indeed if you'd like to start to set up your marketing team or your comms team inside your organization to become the own in-house PR function, then we are here ready to help and to train you do that. We have a fantastic team. We know how to do it. So give us a call. I look forward to speaking with you very, very soon.